Eating Indian street food is not just eating, it's a full-on digestive gamble, if you know what I mean. Bold flavors, chaotic markets, and zero rules. One bite could be pure bliss, the next, total chaos. And nowhere is this more evident than in Panipuri, a dish that defies logic, physics, and the very concept of responsible eating. It is fast, it is messy, it is unpredictable, and it is absolutely worth the risk. Because some gambles aren't meant to be avoided. Some are meant to be taken head-on. The chaotic origins of Panipuri. Panipuri is not just food. It is the result of 400 years of culinary chaos, bad decisions, and an unbreakable commitment to making people's taste buds suffer in the best possible way. It all began in the Magadha region, now part of modern-day Bihar, India, where an ancient chef, possibly a genius, possibly just bored, decided that regular bread wasn't exciting enough. So, instead of making a normal, respectable meal, he thought, what if I fry this dough until it inflates into a tiny, crispy balloon? What if I fill it with mashed potatoes and whatever random spices I have lying around? Or what if I drench the whole thing in flavored water and force people to eat it in 5 seconds or less? Thus, Panipuri was born. A food that challenges both your reflexes and your digestive system in equal measure. It wasn't long before this chaotic snack spread across India, where different regions took one look at it and collectively said, "This is great. Let's change everything about it and claim we invented it." This is why Panipuri has at least 4 different names depending on where you are. Panipuri is the name of Maharashtra, Gujarat, and Karnataka. It is the most common name because crispy water bomb didn't sound marketable. Honestly, a missed opportunity. In Delhi, Punjab, and Haryana, it is called Golgappa. This is the North Indian version, known for its extra crispy poris and its ability to test your spice tolerance. Fuchka is its name in Bengal, Assam, and Bihar, and comes with a slightly tangier flavor and a higher chance of making you cry in public. Crazy, I know. It is called Gupchup in Odisha, Jharkhand, and Chhattisgarh. It's a name that accurately describes the sound your mouth makes as you desperately try to keep up with the vendor's serving speed. Each region swears its version is the best. Every argument about it ends in everyone eating more Panipuri to prove a point. And ultimately, no one wins, except for the vendor, who keeps making money while watching people argue. For centuries, Panipuri has remained a cultural icon, a spicy endurance test, and an unstoppable force of street food dominance. Because when a dish has survived 400 years of history, multiple regional disputes, and countless stomach aches, you know it's something special. Is Panipuri a product of science or witchcraft? Panipuri may look like a simple snack, but let's be honest. It defies all known laws of food physics. It is a crispy, liquid-filled explosion that somehow holds itself together long enough to reach your mouth, unless it doesn't. So, how does it work? What keeps it from collapsing into a soggy disaster the moment it's made? And most importantly, why does eating it feel like participating in an extreme sport? Let's break it down. Step 1. The puri, a balloon that wants to betray you. The puri is a thin, round, deep-fried sphere made of wheat or semolina. It looks innocent. Trust me, it is not. This tiny golden landmine of crunch is so delicate that merely thinking about touching it wrong might cause it to break. It exists in a state of constant existential crisis, holding itself together just enough to contain the filling, until the exact moment you hesitate, at which point it disintegrates in your hand, making you look like a fool. For something that's meant to be eaten in under 3 seconds, the puri is remarkably high maintenance. Step 2. The filling, the spicy carbs with a death wish. Inside the puri is a highly strategic blend of mashed potatoes, chickpeas, and spices. It may look like a simple carb bomb, but this mixture is designed with one goal in mind: absorbing as much pani as humanly possible before the puri collapses. It's not too solid, not too liquid, but just unstable enough that if you hold it for even a second too long, it will begin its countdown to destruction. The filling exists only to give you enough time to get the puri from the vendor's hands to your mouth. No more, no less. Wait too long, disaster. Bite too gently, ruined. Think for even a moment. A total mistake. This is not a snack for the indecisive. Step 3. The pani, a liquid that attacks all 5 senses at once. And then we have the pani, a liquid so aggressively flavorful that it doesn't just hit your taste buds, it kicks down the door and takes over your entire mouth. This spiced tamarind water is made with a scientifically irresponsible amount of chili, mint, cumin, and chaat masala. It is sweet, sour, salty, spicy, and probably capable of dissolving metal. It does not care if you are ready. It does not care if you were expecting something mild. It exists only to remind you that you are not in control anymore. The moment you take a bite, the pani detonates, flooding your mouth with an onslaught of spice and tanginess that your brain is entirely unprepared for, and yet you want more. And finally, in step 4, the speed challenge, there is no escape. Panipuri is not a slow, relaxing snack. It is a time-sensitive operation where hesitation is punished immediately. Here's how it works. The vendor hands you a freshly filled puri. You have 3 seconds to put it in your mouth before it collapses. You chew as fast as humanly possible before the next one is already in front of you. This cycle repeats until either you finish your plate, you physically cannot continue, or the vendor gets tired of your hesitation and moves on to someone faster. You are not in charge. The vendor is. He has already sized you up. He has already decided how fast you should be eating, and he will not slow down for you. If you pause, if you falter for even a second, the next puri will already be dripping onto your hand. You cannot stop. You cannot hesitate. You are now playing his game. And if you are not ready for the Panipuri speed challenge, then Panipuri is not ready for you. Why people keep coming back for Panipuri, despite everything. Panipuri is not a meal. It's an experience, a challenge, a badge of honor. It burns your mouth, humiliates you in public, and forces you to eat at speeds that defy human ability. And yet, people cannot stop eating it. Why? Because it's addicting. The mix of crispy puris, fiery pani, and mashed potatoes hijacks your brain and convinces you that one more won't hurt. It will, but you'll still want it. It's a social event. You do not eat Panipuri alone. You eat it in groups with friends, family, or total strangers who are equally suffering but refuse to stop. Because it's a test of endurance. If you can survive 10 puris back-to-back without crying, you ascend to legend status. So, should you eat Panipuri? Absolutely. Will it hurt? Also, yes. Will you regret it? Only for a moment, until you crave it again. Because Panipuri is not just food. It's an addiction, and you've already lost. That's it for today's Kitchen Madness, where food is chaos and we wouldn't have it any other way. See you in the next one, where the madness continues.